What is going on, world? The Hungarian experiment here, and today I'm gonna take you through a situational day. So typically with intermittent fasting, my lifting and my work schedule is that I will go to the gym right around 1 o'clock. I'll start eating around 2 to 2:30 and then stop eating around 8. I normally go to work for around 5 till midnight. Now today I have to work 11 to 3. I'm not gonna change up my whole eating schedule, eat before work and change everything. I'm just gonna continue on fasting throughout the day, and then I'll just push everything a little bit later and have a bigger meal and a smaller eating window. So I'm gonna take you through all that today and show you guys how I function and how my day basically doesn't change. My energy levels won't change. I'm still gonna be fine at work. I'm still gonna be fine at the gym even though I'll have an extended fast. I stopped eating last night at 10 o'clock. I had some oatmeal with bananas and blueberries. You guys can go check it out on my Instagram if you like. So I woke up around 40 minutes ago, right around 10 o'clock, so I'm right around 12 hours fasted. Because of work and because of my lifting, I'm not gonna be able to eat until around 5 o'clock today. But as you guys will see here, it's not really a big deal for me in my life, and if you guys experiment around and implement this into your life, you can do this as well. It's really not a big deal that my whole day is gonna be different than a typical day. So follow along a situational day with the Hungarian experiment. 164.4. I'm still a little unsure what I'm gonna do today. Definitely back, but I'm probably also gonna implement some chest and abs into this. 3:30, finally home from work, time for the gym. So just getting my pre-workout ready there, and I just wanted to say, I'm sorry if I look like crap this morning. If you guys follow me on Instagram, then you will know that these last 2 weeks I've really been experimenting with adding beer into my diet. I'll typically get around 2 to 3 beers in every single day, and just change little factors in my life to see how it affects my mood, how it affects my body, and how I'll feel the next day from the beer and the alcohol. Yesterday I had the day off, so even though that oatmeal was the last thing I ate, I had about 5 tall cans of beer throughout the day, so I just wasn't feeling 100% this morning. That is part of the reason why I decided to make today a situational day. Sometimes life just doesn't work out. Sometimes you want to have fun the day before, so you have to know how to react the next day or even the day prior to that. So today's just a situational day. Normally, right now I'm at 17 and a half hours fasted. I'm usually eating right now, but I'm just heading off to the gym, and like I said earlier, I'm not going to be able to eat till about 5:30, so that's going to be 19 and a half hours fasted. So there's a lot of things that are happening today that is quite different than my typical days. So I still don't know what I'm going to eat after the gym, but I'll probably figure it out while I'm there. I'm really feeling like going to a restaurant. I don't really want to cook today. So heading off to my back and chest workout at 17 and a half hours fasted. I'll see you guys there. So good. .41. So all done my chest and back workout there. Currently at 19 and a half hours fasted, and I'm still doing fine, guys. I'm not falling asleep on you. Nothing's going wrong with me or my body. My body's not shutting down from lack of food. If you guys are new to my channel, I really suggest going to watch the video, How to Easily Put on Muscle. In that video there, I discussed how they did a study on intermittent fasting, and they found that people who fasted for over 20 hours had over a 2,000% increase in growth hormone. I'm 19 and a half hours fasted. I'm getting a lot more growth hormone increase in my body than someone who eats 6 to 8 small meals a day. Now, as the Hungarian experiment, I want to prove this. So coming in the future, if you haven't seen my vision and future for the Hungarian experiment video, I go on to discuss how I want to do a whole bunch of blood testing on myself. I want to put my body and lifestyle through different factors and then see what has the highest hormonal output. Does intermittent fasting, compared to having 6 to 8 small meals a day, actually have a higher hormonal output? We'll find out through blood tests on my own body. I also want to know what certain foods have a higher hormonal output. So I'll do things like the fruit experiments. I will have 1 month where I get average fruit intake, and then I'll test my blood every single week. And then I'll go through a month of extremely high fruit intake every single day, and then a month with little to no fruit intake. And then we'll get to see what has the highest hormonal output. I also want to do this with dairy and a whole bunch of other things. So if you guys are interested on my vision and future for the Hungarian experiment, make sure you go check out that video. I'm feeling my body's pretty drained here though. My mental energy is still pretty good. I am kind of lagging down now, so it's time to eat. Now you guys may think that I go to Mandarin a lot because I've shown them in a few of my videos, but this is only the 4th time I've gone this year. I want to make sure that my eating window is short today. It's only going to be about 4 hours, so I got to get a lot of food in. What's the best place to do that other than a buffet where I can get a lot of healthy, nutritious foods in? So heading off to Mandarin here, just got to quickly shower and get changed, and I'll catch you guys on my first meal. Just so you guys can see where I was this morning compared to now, 164.4, 163.6. So quick game plan before we get in there. Beer experiments are still on for another half a week, so I'm gonna get a beer while I'm here, and I'm having 2 tallies when I get home tonight. So I have to incorporate that into my diet for today. So when I go in here, I'm gonna avoid carbs as much as possible, but I'm still gonna eat them. I'm gonna avoid things like bread and pasta, but I'm gonna make sure I get a whole bunch of veggies in for the hormonal output, as well as things like baked potatoes and maybe some rice depending on how I feel. Now, fats and protein, mainly keep that to the meats, because like I said earlier, I'm still trying to eat natural and healthy, but we'll see how I accomplish that when I step in here. So finally time to eat. Not starving, but I'm definitely hungry. Let's do this. 6:18, almost 20 and a half hours, but here we are. Starting off with a salad, plate full of veggies, mushrooms, a little bit of roasted potatoes, Budweiser, and I brought my vitamins. Just about 6:40 there. Beer is all gone. Got a plate of meat. We got some black pepper steak. Got about 3 chicken thighs, whole sausage, and some baked salmon. Alright, getting a little full here, so this is gonna be it. I'm gonna avoid eating all the yellow stuff. I'm just going for the egg whites here just to bump up my protein so I don't have to have a protein shake later. This is where I'm at. This is all just estimated, obviously, because it's very hard to get precise here while you're at Mandarin, but there's all the food I ate so far. Let's see the nutrition. So I am currently at 105 protein, 77 carbs, 62 fat. That's not too bad, 62 fat for coming to Mandarin. All right, all done at Mandarin there. Now for one meal, and technically one sitting, that wasn't bad. I got 105 grams of protein, which is about 2/3 of my protein intake for the day, so I don't have to worry too much about that anymore, and I pretty much filled up my fats for the day. So I have a whole bunch of carbs to play with and a little bit more protein. Let's see what happens when I get home here.
Something special about you. I can feel all the feelings strong, 'cause you are the one I belong.
drunken experiments.
This away, that away, you can lose it anyways. Just to say, money trees is the perfect present shade.
10:21 at night, and because I had mandarin and no dessert, I decided to make a little treat for tonight. I decided to make protein pancakes with a whole bunch of fruit. I'll throw up my macros for the whole day right here. Alright, so here's the full day. So this is everything I had at mandarin, about 1,400 calories. And then the 2 tall cans of Bush, and then the protein pancakes, which came out to about 720 calories. So let's go check out the nutrition and macros here. And if you guys are wondering, this is the MyFitnessPal app. It's very easy to use. I love this app. It's amazing. So here it's got a nice breakdown of my macros. Protein, I hit 185 for the day. Carbs, 177. Fat, 80 fat. Now surprisingly, I had 2 tall cans of beer and a beer at mandarin, and I was only 177 carbs. Over these last 2 weeks, I haven't been having much of a negative effect from having 2 to 3 beers every single day. I will go on to that more in the future, but just wanted to let you guys know that. Look, even with 3 beers and all that stuff I had at mandarin, although it wasn't high in carbs, like I'm only at 200 carbs for the day. I was able to have a lot more meat at mandarin there, which brought up the fat as well as the eggs I added into my protein pancakes here. So if you guys know me there, I shoot for about 1 gram to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. This morning I was about 164, so anything over that I'm pretty happy with on the protein scale. Alright, well there you have it guys. That was my whole situational day. Because of work, because of my intermittent fasting, and because of my lifting schedule, I just moved things around a little bit and made things work. I had a shorter eating window today. I'll be stopping around 10:45. I started around 6:15, so that's only 4.5 hours of eating. As I said earlier there, typically I'll go about 5 to 7 hours of eating and I won't eat for the rest of the day, but like I said, because today was situational, I had to change things and move things around. So this is just another way to show you guys how I'm incorporating intermittent fasting in my life while I'm also doing other things like experiments, like beer experiments and planche experiments. I want to see how my planches are affected while I'm having beer, while I'm doing these beer experiments. So as you guys are watching my channel and following along my journey, make sure you guys are considering that I am experimenting with life. Every month I'm adding a new factor into my life and I'm experimenting around. Once I do it for a little while, I then document it for you guys and show you. But I don't want to show you guys things that I have not gone through yet. I think that is just silly and ridiculous to talk about things that I have absolutely no idea about. So I want to make sure I experiment around, first, and then I'll tell you guys how I think. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you very much for sticking around and following along my journey as the Hungarian experiment and watching a situational day. If you guys like what you saw here, make sure you go down and hit that like button, and maybe go down and leave me a comment. I am the Hungarian experiment.